We just left the real world behind. Gaming on the Galleon. Welcome to the Gaming Galleon, my friends. Captain Raz here once again to take you on an adventure somewhere out there among the salty silicon seas. Where are we this week? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, on the west side of the nation, it was where every kid wanted to be in the 90s. Santa Cruz, California. Yeah, Santa Cruz, California. As far as we were concerned, back in the 80s, that was the skating capital of the world, man. They had all the awesome clothes coming in, Ocean Pacific, TNC Surf Design. You know what I'm saying? Santa Cruz, baby. I hear there's great tacos here. Probably going to hit the beach if I can. Hit one of those taco trucks. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to look at a skate park and not set a foot in it. I'll watch safely from the stands. Because, you know, I'm not a skater. I'm a poser. You remember that? Remember when everyone's posers? Here, look at this. That's posing right there. Got a couple skateboards here. Borrowed these from Bismuth. He's back in old Indy. Nice enough to he's hip enough to have some skateboards floating around. Why do we have them? Well, we're playing a skateboarding game today. Okay, see you later. No. I want you to stay. Because this isn't like any skateboard game you ever played. Okay? This was way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. Everybody in the neighborhood, everybody who had a Nintendo had one of these floating around the neighborhood. Somebody had Skate or Die by Ultra. And you know, while this is like a $2 game today, it was very ambitious for the time. The controls sucked, but it had a lot going for it. You had half pipes here. You had a little race where you could race against the computer opponent. There's, you know, obstacles on the road. Oh, there was a fight. You could start punching people like in Road Rage. Years before Road Rage. You could fight another guy on a skateboard to try and knock him off. There was a pool. Go skate around in the pool because that was really hip back then. You know, anybody remember this guy? He always kind of I don't think I have any autofocus. But come on, look at that hairdo. That was a mistake even back then. You know, very common game. Not anything particularly special. I don't know. I think it was special at the time because it was like it was the first skateboarding game that any Nintendo kid ever had or knew about. And the name Skate or Die. Come on, I'll pick Skate. But I think that's about as far as it went. You know, once that happened, the fad kind of ended. Ultra, aka Konami, don't tell anybody. Okay, they kept going. They're like, let's ride this wave. They came out with Skate or Die 2. Just as cheap today as Skate or Die. Why? Because no one's played this. Look, we got it for $3. Have I ever played this? No. I've seen a little bit of video. I think it's a little, you're riding down a road. I think there's some stores. That's all. I have no idea. Even less of a chance to get into my Nintendo is Ski or Die. Are you kidding me? Look, pal, I live in the Midwest. I've cleaned my car off. I clean my car off enough throughout the year. I'm not playing Ski or Die. That being said, Totally Rad. No, not Totally Rad. What's that ski board game I can't get enough of? It's pink. Oh, I can't believe I forgot the name. It'll come back to me. Anyway, here's a trilogy that died real quick. Everyone had Skate or Die. The controls were really rough. The fad ended. People moved on to the better games in the Nintendo library. These two kind of left in the wayside. Are they good? Who knows? Because no one's played them. At least not around these parts. So if you think these are obscure, if you think these were ignored, Just imagine how many people passed over Skate or Die, Bad in Rad for the original Game Boy. Konami, when the Game Boy came out, wow, they were hitting it on all cylinders. You know, a lot of people complain about Castlevania: The Adventure for the Game Boy. It's too slow. Well, it's awesome. It was especially awesome back then to have Castlevania at the time. Had some issues, but you had Castlevania on the go. Amazing. They had Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. Woo! Man, was the soundtrack for Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan great. Nice, easy game. Perfect game to while away the minutes for waiting to get into the dentist office or anything. Great game. You know what I used to do with Turtles? The soundtrack was so great for Turtles on the Game Boy. I remember I had to set the Christmas lights up around the house one night. You know, or one Christmas, I had to put them on the house. So I bundled up, popped the brick Game Boy in my inner pocket, turned on Turtles Fall the Foot Clan, first level, just let Michelangelo sit there, put on the headphones, I'm setting up lights. It was great. What else did I do? What was the other one I wanted to really bring up? Oh, Nemesis. Nemesis, baby. Otherwise known as Gradius. Launch title, killer graphics. I remember when I was leafing through the old Nintendo Power for the Game Boy, the big Game Boy feature. Otherwise, it's got DuckTales on the cover. Perfect issue. You're looking at Mario Land. Looks good. You know, you're looking at Alleyway. Whatever. It's Breakaway. Okay. And then you look at Nemesis, and it's just brilliant graphics. It was far and away graphically above any other launch game at the time. Really popped. But I'll tell you what nobody cares about to this day. Skate or Die, Bad, and Rad. And what a missed opportunity. What a missed opportunity for all you folk out there who like to dig into these old games. All right? It's incredible. It's incredible. It was incredible back then, and boy, did I play the heck out of it back then. It's still a blast today. And when you pair it up against something like Castlevania Adventure, you're going to be very hard-pressed to complain about any technical issues with it. I don't think they were concerned about, the ghosting that happened on the Game Boy when they made this baby. You're going to notice some speed. And that was kind of unheard of with the first run of these Game Boy games. Are we going to be hitting the half pipe today? Are we going to be, doing the typical skate or die things? No, this actually isn't even a sports game, believe it or not. I think I'm going to leave it there for now and let you just see it. It's skate or die. Excuse me. If I could just don the harp of transition for you and get you into gameplay. It's Skate or Die, Bad and Rad, and don't worry, we're going to play a little bit of this awesome adventure, then we're going to hit the booty segment. Boom! You're going to love it. Play a little more, and of course, hit the mailbag section segment at the end of the hour, where one of you fine people out there send me a note to share with you folk out there. All right, it's an hour-long show. We're already 14 minutes in. We're way behind. Let's get started. It's Skate or Die, Bad and Rad for the original brick Game Boy. All right, let's do this. All right, into it. You're going to have great Konami music here. Oh, until it stops. Perfect timing. Oh, but we're treated with the Konami logo. All the other Skate or Die games were under Ultra. Listen to this. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, tap your foot. Feel free. It's not a big deal. No one else is around. Go ahead. Bang your head! When's the last time you banged your head? All right, let's get started.
trademark of Electronic Arts. Oh, I'm picking up the wrong control. Let me pick up the PS3 control. That's a fine idea. Alright, here we go. Now look at this. This is one nice thing that Konami always did with their earlier titles. They knew you'd be playing on the go, so they'd always have some stages to choose from. Automatic stage select. Really nice. Now we're just gonna play this baby. Okay? I don't, sometimes I line up one particular area for you for a game. This is a Konami title. You get good at these games, you can beat them in 20 minutes. I've got a history with this one, so we'll see how we do. Stage 1. What's the plot? Okay, we're trying to save Princess Ariel. Ariel spelled like, Ariel the skateboarding move, I guess? Against El Rad. Not kidding. And we already blew it. Alright. I swear I can do better than that. Alright, here we go. I was playing at an angle there. Can't do that. This is a Konami platformer, folks. Made in the 8-bit era. You know what that means. That means you better be spot on, baby. But if you know it enough, it's almost like riding a bike. And I like I said, I don't know how I had this as a kid, but I had it. And boy, was I enthralled. I was really into it. I think I had seen it in Nintendo Power first. And I just thought, wow, that looks like a lot of fun. And I wasn't kidding. Oh, I didn't get the one up. It's actually really tough to get. And it's a little risky. Look, you guys, what is this? A skateboard game? Why is this guy throwing knives at me? How adorable the 90s were. Konami had to put a little graffiti on the wall. The most intimidating word they could think to write on the wall was crazy. Okay, now things are getting a little dark. We find ourselves in what is this? It? Oh boy, that's gonna date the game, date the voyage. Got some creepy clown music going on here. I mean, what could possibly be going down? Oh my god, it's a skateboarding clown. Are those explosive balls he's juggling? What could I possibly do? All I have is a skateboard. Oh, I already blew it. Oh, he got me twice! Alright, that's okay. We'll start back at the door here. Come on, no problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. What, you think you're gonna get a speed run here? You're lucky the game hasn't crashed already. Have you seen one of these voyages? They're a mess. Alright, here we go. Look at now, got the pattern going here. Full health. This guy doesn't have a prayer. Alright, here we go, baby. Here we go. Come on. Oh! Okay, there we go. Oh, right over his head. That's not good. All of a sudden, this guy's a savant. Are you kidding me? It went over his head again. Oh, I had to take that one. I should have just ducked it. Oh man, nail biter. There we go. There we go. Are you kidding me? How does he keep dodging these? For gosh sake. Thank you. There we go. Double hit. He's on life support. Quick, throw a pie in his face. Oh, come on. Quick, tell him he's not funny. Tell him he scares children. This was the 80s. Clowns weren't that scary then. Maybe he was the inspiration for scary clowns. Alright, that's done. But hey, you ever play Life Force? What's Konami like to do? And do they love to change it up on you, don't they? Look at this. Look at this. Serious business. We got a free life, that's good. Oh! Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Keep it together. Keep it together. Oh boy, this guy's trying to catch me. I'm too smart for that. Oh, dude, I jumped! What, are you crazy? Come on. I swear to God, doing this live to tape stuff, I've said it before, it's like going on a job interview. You think you have everything together, you sit down with the guy, and all of a sudden you start to, say something stupid like, when you were 12, You had this strange attraction to your cousin. Whoa, hello! Pizza. Pizza, of course. For the health power-up. Oh my god. And I blew it. Is that the only life I have? We're gonna go one more time. Because I think we can do better than that. And, if we see those horrible game over words again, don't worry, we're back on stage 2. Thanks to the great programming by Konami. If we can't pass this in 3 lives, or if we find a free life, we'll head over to the booty segment. We got some good stuff in the chest for you this week, folks. You're gonna love it, I promise. And you're gonna be like, Raz, you crazy old pirate. By golly, these prices, you've done it again. You've done it again. Alright, here we go. Bad. Someone wrote bad on the floor. You gotta love the sound of the washing spray. Woo! There we go. Look at that free guy up there. Very tempting. You'll notice the one-up here is the classic Konami one-up that was in, like, Castlevania, Adventure. Woo! Oh, big finish! And, of course, your reward. This man has a dislocated wrist. Alright, let's leave it there. Okay, thank you. Alright, we'll come back to that in a second.
Awesome. Alright, so there you go. Did you, he's doing a skateboarding game. You didn't see that coming, did you? How about that, huh? And no one talks about this game. No, this is prime Konami platforming here. This is Simon Belmont on a skateboard. Why is no one playing this game? You know what I'm saying? Get the booty segment. All right, here we go. This is the kind of lot we're just not going to see anymore, guys. I'm just telling you. I just feel like, look, I got a lot of advantages out there. I happen to have a schedule that allows me to get out there at 9 a.m. I got a lot of different places to choose from, a lot of different routes I can take on any given day. But the sharks are swarming. The sharks are swarming. I got beat out. Look at Salvation Army just today. Salvation Army opens at 9 a.m. I was there at 9:20. They had a Wii there. Just the console with the cookups, no Wiimote for $15. Some jackass already had put it to I was like, can I take a look at the Wii? They're like, oh, someone already is holding that. Now, I probably wouldn't have picked it up for 15, but I'm just trying to tell you, that's what's happening. Okay? I know all you people across the country are like, I don't know what's going on in Indianapolis. You know, who Raz is paying off. Trust me, whatever's going on in your town is starting here. And it's been going on for a while. So a lot like this, I just don't know if we're going to be seeing stuff like this anymore. That doesn't mean we're not going to try. Because you got to remember, it's not necessarily about getting the games. It's the adventure. Okay? Always keep in mind, it's about the adventure. Getting out there and seeing what you can find, seeing what you can take home. Alright, so this one, pawn shop situation. I hadn't been there in weeks. Last time I'd been there, hadn't seen anything. Oh, they're getting bold, man. I'm looking at one. I was looking at a Vita. I'm in the middle of talking to a guy across the counter. He's serving me. He's helping me. Some jackass walks up right next to us and is like, can I see the DS games? Like he knows I'm about to look at him, so he's going to come and interrupt us. That's not classy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, no one was there this day. I don't know what happened here. We got there around noonish. After work, stopping home. I think I was going to get some groceries. And there were video games everywhere. There was a giant box. I gotta move the skateboard. There was a giant box of, 360 games, PS3 games, PS2 games. Nothing to write home about. And then up next to it, a huge box of cartridges. We're talking around 35 cartridges. I don't see it. I see on, and this is an important tip. On the PlayStation box, they had written $8 a game. Ah, $8? Are you out of your freaking mind? But there was no price on this box. Had it not been gotten around to yet? Was no one, on it enough to write a price on the box? And if you see that, if you see something unmarked, don't assume, and it's sitting next to something that is marked, don't assume they're both marked. Always go in dumb and say, how much for this box? And that's exactly what I said. I said, well, how much for the box? Lady goes in the back, comes back out. She says, they're milling around. They come back out. They're looking for a price on it. They can't figure it out. Finally, the manager says, okay, $2 a game. Ooh. That's right where we want to be. Now, 35 games at $2 a piece, that's still $70. That's a lot of money. And so we were a little choosy about what we picked here. We picked about half of the box up. And I think we did pretty good. And judging by what we got, we didn't get anything too crazy, but we got stuff in here that tells me no one else had hit this box yet. We were just lucky enough to be there on the right day at the right time. Let's check it out. All right, first of all, you guys want to start with the SNES games? There's not many of them, but they are pretty. What do we got? A couple of Lucy's here. Super Mario World. What lot would be complete without it? Am I right? Here's one we didn't have. Great game. Really popular at the time. I associate it more with the Sega Genesis. This was the first one to start it all, though. Desert Strike. Desert Strike, really exciting game at the time because it was one of the first games that really allowed you to just explore. Yeah, there was a mission, but you didn't really have to do it. You could just go out there, fly your chopper around kind of an isometric world, and take out whoever, including your own faction. And what was this? Early '90s. So I'm pretty sure this game was inspired by Desert Storm. Anyway, so everyone was excited about it. All right, so a couple there. Look at these. Ooh, these are neat. Look at this, and its own little case there. Am I giving away one of these NES games? You guys are looking over my shoulder, aren't you? I know you people. Donkey Kong Country in its own classy little rental case here. Was this made by a store, a rental store? I don't know. Was this made privately? I just don't know. Who knows? The Jungle Book, another one we didn't have. Really cheap game, but I don't know. Looks great. And it's made by Virgin. These guys made great Disney games at the time. What they make? Aladdin, Lion King. A little beat up here, but I'm sure she'll play just fine. Typical 2D platformer. You're playing Mowgli. All right. A lot of Nintendo games in this box. Most of it was Nintendo. And at $2 a game, considering the amount of games we have, many of them we have doubles, even triples of. We were choosy. Some of them we left behind. You're probably going to be killing me. I had a list. Stuff we left behind. RC Pro-Am for $2. A couple of Super Mario Brother Duck Hunts we left behind for $2. Hoops we left for $2. Dick Tracy we left for $2. Stuff like that. Stuff that at $2 would be good if you didn't have it, but if you have more than two, you're going to have to give me a better price. The rest of these, even if we had them in triplicate, were worth picking up for $2 in my personal opinion. The first one, I'm turning all these over. Because at $2 a pop, you just don't find NES games anymore. Boom. Super Off-Road. Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. Wow, was I excited about this game when it came out. This was right on the heels of the, notice 4-player action here, right off the heels of the release of the NES Satellite, the 4-player peripheral that you could attach to your Nintendo. Finally, you could play. And I had kids in the neighborhood, so we were all about them. I think the ones I was most excited about was like, I hope we can get Super Off-Road, or rent them, I guess. Rent Super Off-Road, rent Gauntlet 2, and rent Swords and Serpents. Oh, all 3 of those. But this, and Super Spike V-Ball. Don't count out Super Spike V-Ball. Those were the 4 great ones. You can never really get anybody together for. Oh no, I guess we played a little Sword and Serpents. We even made maps. Oh, those were the days. Yeah, but this was man. To this day, I still get a kick out of this one. Absolutely, it's just great top-down racing. There's around 20 different races. I think you upgrade your car, and you play against your friends. Man, awesome stuff. Hubert. I'm not exactly sure why people like Hubert so much. I used to, and it's a little more costly than more of these arcade ports that you'll see. I looked into it, especially when I saw Ultra there. The reason I looked into it is Ultra, they did a good job of taking an arcade game and trying to Nintendoize it a little bit. And what I mean by that is an arcade game is designed to let you play for 3 minutes. A Nintendo game, you're trying to beat it. There's generally a definitive ending. That's what made the Nintendo so cool. Ultra tried to capitalize on that, and some of their Nintendo ports, Gyrus comes to mind. They made an ending. So in this one, there is an ending. Have I seen it? No, but there are, I don't know, somewhere around 32 boards. Apparently, Hubert's in a time warp. Did anyone know this? And I consulted the manual for this because I wanted to get a little bit of info before we talked about it. I swear it says this in the manual. You are doing your best to help Hubert escape the time warp that he's trapped in so that he can return to reality and take up his responsibility as Don Johnson's stunt double. It says this in the manual. Don Johnson of Miami Vice fame. Who was writing these manuals? Burger Time, another one that's just I'd never got. Dad was a huge fan of this one. There was a gas station in the neighborhood. When Miss Pac-Man was on its way out, they put in Burger Time. Before he dropped me off to daycare, we'd head over to the gas station for some donuts with his buddy, and those two would crush Burger Time. What are you? You're chef here. You're dealing with burgers. You're dealing with pickles and eggs chasing you around. People love it. I don't know. Excite Bike. Do they oversell it by saying Excite Bike? No. I don't think so. I remember it was my first shot after getting the Nintendo. It had been a couple months. It was my first shot. My parents were going to let me get a Nintendo game, and I had it down to two black boxes. I wanted Kung Fu. The neighborhood kids wanted Excite Bike. I think this was my first encounter of peer pressure. We ended up getting Excite Bike. Is it a bad move? To this day, I'm not sure. Road Blasters, the power to rule the road. Woo! Mindscape made this, or at least published it. They usually publish crap. This may be their swan song. This was their exception. This was their opus on the NES. Great game. And again, it's an arcade game. You may be able to beat it in the arcade. Who knows? These games tend to loop in the arcade. This one you can beat. 50 different tracks. And it's got a little stage select. I think you could start at stage 11, and then boom, you're moving. But I mean, you're shooting up guys on the road. You're avoiding landmines. Choppers are dropping down support weapons onto your roof. Great stuff. All right, so
You can't see this, can you? Okay. So one of these games was in one of these fancy schmancy rental boxes. Just one for the NES. It was one of the first games that I came across. And I was like, oh yeah, no one's been here yet. In this beautiful case, Square's last shot at staying in the video game business. Final Fantasy. What does it say here? Enter a whole new realm of challenge and adventure. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. The cart's got a little bit of a ding here on the top. Gold on the back. Memory. I played this one all the way through as a teen. Excellent. Still holds up to this day. I played on the NES Classic for a session. Was totally enthralled. You got a bunch of different classes here. Compelling universe to explore. And the nice thing about having this case here, says includes an 84-page Explorer handbook. It's not in here, but we happen to find a beat-up manual for this, I don't know, about a year back. Doesn't even have the cover on it, but it's got the rest of it. We'll pop it in here. We get a nice little copy. We've seen some racing here. We've seen some platforming here. Seen some nice arcade ports. What's a collection without a platformer? Tiny Toons Adventures for Konami. One of their later titles. Most people had moved on at this point into the Super Nintendo era, I would say. So a lot of people didn't play this. But it's not bad. Not bad. It's challenging. That's for sure. Never beat it myself, but I think it's beatable. I think it would probably be about as hard as, you know, trying to dig your way through Castlevania the first time. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe Metal Gear. Real pleasure. Spot on. Made after Super Mario Bros. 3. Very on par with the Super Mario Bros. 3 graphics. Multiple playable characters. Very good. Got a shooter here. Another Konami title. It's not Gradius. It's not Life Force. Stinger. You ever hear of Stinger? Not a lot of people have heard of Stinger or care about it. Mainly because do I want to play Punching Bag Ship? Come on. Get me Gradius. Get me a Starship. Punching Bag thing? Come on. But you know, I gotta say, under the hood, one hell of a shooter. It's got horizontal and vertical levels. And unlike Gradius, much like Life Force, it's got 2-player simultaneous, which is great. Really compelling power-up system. You can juggle the power-ups, shooting them much like the cans in Hogan's Alley to change their color and change what weapon. And the best part about this game, if you're playing one player, there's a whole host of power-ups you can get that you can't get when you have a friend along. That changes things up. But what changes things up even more and makes it even more exciting gameplay-wise than Life Force, 2-player, there are team-up attacks. How about that? You can join ships with your buddy and fly together. Wow! I haven't done that, but man, am I excited to give it a shot. It's going to be pretty cool. And it's not a cute 'em up. Shooter. On the same subject of shooters, we didn't have a lot of licensed games. What do we have? Tiny Toons? The big movie license game. You always need one nice movie license game and a lot, right? The Last Starfighter. I don't know if this qualifies as nice. Maybe that's not the right adjective. But one hell of a movie. It's about this kid. He's really good at this video game. He plays it at his mom's, where he lives, at a trailer park somewhere in the mountains. Gets the high score, beats the game. All of a sudden, some aliens are picking him up to recruit him to become a starfighter against this alien empire. The game itself, I'm not sure how well it really holds up. I don't know. It's really not looked at as that great. However, I think I'm still willing to give it a shot, and I know it's got an ending. That's good. I don't like games that just loop forever. Another black box here. Wrecking Crew. You can play as Mario and Luigi. Luigi's in this as well. But it's not a two-player simultaneous game, sadly. What's exciting about this game? You're wrecking things. I want to wreck it! That's exciting to me. I had never really played this. I don't really know much about it. I do know that there's a create a level, and I know that there's 100 levels to play through, and it's nice. There's no password system, but there is a stage select. So if you play honorably, you could always, advance on your own. If you want to come back later, play the level you died on last time and try and work your way up some more. So I don't know how good it is, but it seems to me like it'll be some decent arcadey fun. Very, very sun-bleached, this copy of Wrecking Crew. And then finally, I don't know if it's the best for last, but man, am I happy to have it here. This was a real neighborhood favorite. SNK's Akari Warriors. Two big muscle-bound dupes running around a war zone. They're getting shot at. They're shooting machine guns. They're traipsing around in water. They're throwing grenades. They're commandeering tanks. And it's two-player. And the other nice thing about this, a lot of people know this, but another nice... the funny thing is, I didn't know it as a kid. We played this over and over and over and would die in 3 minutes. This secret never made it to the neighborhood. But the nice thing about this game is you sit down with a friend, you're playing two players, you lose 3 lives in about 5 minutes, and then you press ABBA, and you're back at it. Unlimited continues. For a very long time, as far as I know, and I think eventually that runs out on you at some pivotal part in the game. But I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I've never made it that far. So who knows? So man, I mean, come on. I feel like we did good. $2 a game here. We've got, shooters, racers, RPG, action, platforming. I mean, a little bit of everything. Even a couple of games here, Wrecking Crew and Excite Bike. You can make your own levels if you're feeling creative. We got them at $2 a piece, $11, 11 of them. What's missing? Well, I always like to see a lot with a pinball game. And pinball for the NES was in that box. But for $2, I passed it up. And at the time, I didn't think much of it. But as I was thinking about this lot a couple days later, and I was looking at a little list. I like to write things in a list and just look at them, kind of imagine if I'm stuck at work or something. I looked at this list and I was like, wow. There's 11 games here of varying interest and difficulty. Some extremely well known, some a little mysterious. Add a pinball game to this, and what do you got? You got one hell of a dirty dozen. But that's going to have to wait till February, isn't it? All right, guys. That's what we got. 11 NES games, 4 Super Nintendo games, 22, 8, $30. That's what we're talking about. Let's get back to Bad and Red, huh? We got about 15 minutes left. Let's see if we can do a little more adventuring, huh? And, hey, stay tuned. The mailbag segment's not far away. All right. Let's get back to it. It's the game you always wish you'd had, but never do, that you wanted. Skate or Die. Bad and Red by our friends over at Konami. For the game. All right. Play a little bit of audios, if I may. All right, now we're into level 3 here. Now things are getting serious. Oh, listen to that music. Yeah, baby. Better get in front of here. I almost did it again. I put myself at a bad angle. I'm gonna blow it. I thought the first two levels were tough. Oh. And I knew it was coming too. Alright, here we go. In the sewers. How many skateboard games bring you to the sewers? Oh my gosh. Okay, I made it. I'm really gonna shut up and concentrate. There we go. There we go, jump over the spears. Okay. Stop. Back up. Let the water level go down. Okay. Gotta give yourself some momentum. A lot of this muscle memory from playing this like heck a quarter of a century ago. For the mines. Atta boy. Doing great, Race. Doing great. Boomerang guy. Oh! I didn't go with my momentum. Didn't go with my momentum. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna be bold here. Little girl. Ha! Whew. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. The water. All right, we can see it. That creepy frogman down there. I see you, punk. I see you. This guy's like the Rat King, except he's like the Fish King. Oh, I was early on that. Whew. Alright, doing good. Alright, that's okay. Okay. Music's getting a little more positive. Use the power of the music. One more hit and we're gonna put this guy 6 feet under. Here we go, baby. Eat board! Yeah, there we go. Booyah! Alright. We're running out of time here. But we're gonna play this out a little bit. Because this gets really interesting. More rats. Riding out of the sewers now. On our way to save Lady Ariel? I don't know if she's a princess. From El Rad. Whatever happened to bosses like El Rad? Oh. Full power, full pizza, free guy. Oh. That's rough, because you lose your momentum and it's like over. Alright, no problem. Picked up that free life. this one for the old Galleon. Oof. Oh my gosh. That's rough. Okay. Do this. I'm gonna call Terminix. Oh my god, how did I jump at that? A 13-year-old bee would be so mad at me. No! That stupid mouse. Alright, let's give it one more go. Come on, baby. Alright, okay, sure. Run into the first obstacle. You idiot! That's my Ren Hoek impression. Oh my gosh. Let's get crazy and finish this up. Oh. Alright, last one. Let's wrap it up. Here we go. Playing out my lives here. Unless I get a free life, I'll play it out. Oh my gosh, don't drop me on the spikes. He's gonna drop me on the spikes. Oh, we're okay. Oh, Raz, you're supposed to jump there. Alright, that's it! Alright, we're done. We're done with Bad and Red. Konami.
Thank you, sweetheart. You were lovely. Loved everybody. That's Bad and Red, guys. Look. Skate or Die. The Skate or Die series died with the 8-bit era. But as far as I'm concerned, what a swan song. What a way to go out for the old Skate or Die series, huh? Makes you wonder, when is that Skate or Die 2 like? What's Ski or Die 2 like? Sure, I'm going to get somebody sending me messages. Why haven't you tried them? That's a good question. Maybe they're good. But I would urge you, take a look at that Game Boy library. Especially those early Konami days. Man, you'd be surprised what you're going to find. Alright, let's check out the old bag that tells no tales. Where you find people out there, send us a little something to share. I mean, you can't just depend on me to produce this show. Trust me, that's not going to go well. Got to end on a high note, that's where you guys come in. This message comes from our good friend Silmarillion. Phonetically, it's Silmarillion. Apparently, when he was a kid, he was a fan of Tolkien. Wanted to name himself Silmarillion, but he didn't bother spell checking. This became his online name. The rest is history. He's nice enough to gift us with a little letter here. It says, "Ahoy, Cap." That's me. I was browsing around a used bookstore and came across some pulp fiction magazines from the 40s and 50s. Ooh, okay. When I saw this issue, I thought of the old Galleon, and I knew I had to share it with everybody. All the best, Silmarillion. Well, he sent us a nice color picture on Discord. But come on, you think we got those kind of capabilities around here? Jeez. We got a nice black and white printout of the picture we sent. It says here, is it astronaut? Astounding! Astounding science fiction. February 1959 for the very reasonable price of 35 cents. The Pirates of Ersatz. And this is great. You got an awesome pirate here. He's got you know what I like about this? I mean, of course he's going to have a ray gun. It's a science fiction novel. But I really like how the artist knew he was making space pirates, so he tried to figure out what, like, you know, a 21st century dagger would be to put in the pirate's mouth. Is that he tried to make a space age dagger, ended up being a slide rule. Oh well. There you go. That's awesome. Silmarillion, really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for sending this along. Hey, if you got something to send, trust me, we need it. Please feel free to whisper us on Twitch, Gaming Galleon channel. We'll work something out. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Send a question, anything. I love that you shared one of your finds with us. Silmarillion, totally awesome. Thank you for that. All right, guys. I think it's about time to wrap up this soiree. I'm going to get myself some tacos out here in Santa Cruz. Maybe hit up some of the overpriced video game stores. You know, put my nose up. Is that the term? Put my nose up to them. I'm getting that wrong. Act like a big snob, especially at the prices. And then we'll head back to Old Indy. Thanks again for joining me. There's always another adventure on the horizon. I sure as heck hope that I see you on that one. All right. Until next time, hang in there. Keep those imaginations running, for God's sake. Don't let anybody take that away from you. And until then, I wanna do to ye fair Spanish maidens. I wanna do ye ladies of Spain. For we received orders for to be bad and rad. Lo, nevermore shall we see ye all gone. Keep your 10 hanging, mateys.